guys, and welcome to Book and Loop, where happiness is handmade and the best boyfriends are always found in books. I just wanted to make a little kind of channel trailer to introduce myself and to kind of give you guys an idea of what exactly I will be posting on my YouTube channel. So a little bit about me. I was an English literature and writing major at the Macaulay Honors College at the College of Staten Island, and currently I'm pursuing my master's in library sciences. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always loved reading. You could say that I am a little bit obsessed with it. When I was in second grade, my teacher had us read The Chronicles of Narnia, and ever since that moment, I was sold and just loved reading and writing and words and anything having to do with books, basically. Um, I kind of have known since I was 9 years old that I've always wanted to be a writer. And then, unfortunately, when I was 9 years old, I lost my aunt. She was a huge reader, and losing her was really hard on me. But when she passed, that was kind of when I really threw myself into reading. It kind of had like a really big effect on me. She was a really big reader, and so during that time when we were losing her, I read a lot to try to just like stay close to her and to kind of like help myself through everything that I was going through. And at the time, I was signed up at our local public library for a summer reading book club, and the book was Maximum Ride by James Patterson, and I think I read all five of the books that were out at the time in the course of like less than a week. Um, and that might like now like not seem like that big of a deal based on like current like booktube and book talk and like bookstagram trends. People would be like, oh, 5 books in a week, that's like nothing. Like, but at the time when I was 9, like that was like a huge deal to me. Um, and that was just like that series just like really helped me work through everything I was going through. And from that point like on for the rest of my life, I've always turned to books whenever I was going through something that was like incredibly hard. um and like some of the books that have just like transformed my life are like Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson. There's like The Raven Boys, like A Court of Thorns and Roses when I was in college, and just like so many different books that have had like such an amazing impact. I mean, none so more than like Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson. Like that was like a big impact on me and like helped me get through like middle school and high school and a little bit of college. So, um, just I love the way that like books and words and stories can just completely change our lives and how they can impact us so deeply within ourselves. And throughout that whole time that I was struggling at different points in my life and I turned to reading, I was always so thankful to the writers, the authors that took the time to have this idea and write this story and put themselves out there and get it published so that people like me could pick it up and read it and escape to a different world and learn lessons and learn more about themselves through their writing. And it was kind of like at that point when I was 9, and even for years and years after, and even till now, um, that I told myself that yeah, I want to be a writer, and I want to publish books that are going to help other people get through tough times in their life. I think that stories are so vitally important to our survival and just general well-being as people. Um, and so my dream has always been to create and to write. And I've always said since I was little that if I could help even one person get through a tough time, then I will have considered myself to be successful in life. Um, so moving on from that like deep stuff, um, a little bit about like what I am planning on doing on this channel. So first and foremost, I kind of want to use this as like a vlog kind of situation, where I'm gonna kind of keep track of like my writing progress. I have always been like a big booktube fan, and I loved when Poland Bananas did her whole series on writing her book. Um, and I know Katie Tastic is now also doing a very similar writing series, just talking about their writing process and like being so like transparent and open about something that's like so personal. And that's always something like I've wanted to do but never felt brave enough to do. And so I'm putting my foot down and I'm making myself do it. So here I am in front of you telling you that I'm going to try and talk about my writing process, um, and put myself out there, even though it is oh so very scary. Um, and in addition to just talking about writing, like also talking about books that I enjoy and different stories I've read and um, book lists and making as like a librarian at school. um, just kind of like talking about books in a way that like is very open and honest and appreciative of books, I guess. Um, yeah. And in addition to my literature and books and reading habits, I'm also going to be trying to post a couple of videos about crocheting because that's a like side hobby that I have. Um, just talking about like how to crochet, um, certain projects that I've made that I feel like I want to share and like other people would maybe want to make too. So like how to's and tutorials, and then just like general like I like this yarn that I bought and I want to share it with you. And then in addition to that, I also might talk about BTS a little bit because I love them and uh I think it's valid to talk about that. They do so many great things, especially um I know like they incorporate like a lot of literature references into their music and their videos, and I think that that's like really cool really cool and something I would love to talk about. Not that we have time in this video, but in a future video to talk about just like the intellectual background to their music and what they're doing. So yeah, so those are my four things. Talking about writing, talking about reading, talking about crochet, and talking about BTS or music, I guess, in general as well. Because those are like the four things that I feel like are very very core to who I am and why I love creating. So I think that's that. And I think I'm gonna sign off before I say anything else. Um, so yeah, so I hope that you guys are willing to take this journey with me and to kind of just like be open to my antics and how I'm looking to just share what I'm excited about and things that I like and I'm passionate about. Um, and hopefully to make a community of people that are passionate and excited and looking forward to the same things that I am. So, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this very long and somewhat very lame introduction video. Um, yeah, and I wish you guys all the best.